Dog, LDBC. Boy, I sat here and I watched Jaron Boots Ennis whoop Sergey Lipinets ass for 6 full rounds. For 6 rounds, this boy Lipinets got, look man, he got beat up all in the ring, in the corner of the ring, on the ropes, in the center of the ring. Hell, I mean, he was taking an ass. Look, I almost thought he was getting his ass whooped while he was sitting in the corner. Boots Ennis beat this boy down, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Jaron Ennis looked good. He looked real good, man. Jaron Boots Ennis looked real good. And, he beat up a guy who definitely was a test. And for all these people that say, oh, man, this was a mismatch, man. He should have never been there. Wait a minute. This the same, Sergey Lipinets that went the distance with Mikey Garcia. So I'm trying to understand. Is Mikey Garcia not a good fighter? And what? And Sergey Lipinets would actually, he was competitive in points of the fight in the Mikey Garcia fight. So, I mean, I don't know. Is Mikey Garcia not a good test? Is Mikey not a good fighter? Because he was in there with Mikey. So I'm not even trying to hit as, oh, man, Boots need a better challenge. He need this. He ain't gonna be able to. Man, shut up. Boots Ennis let the skill set be on display, man. The nice jab. This man was throwing jabs from every single angle. And then he'll switch to southpaw. And then he'll do the same thing, man. He was throwing those jabs from every angle. And I was highly impressed, man. And I liked the way that, he would take the jab to the body. Then he'd throw his combinations. He'd take a jab to a body. Then he'd throw a straight right hand to the head. Then he'd follow back up with a hook. The combination punching of Boots Ennis was great, man. And, when he got to round 6, man, he popped him with a jab. He hit him with a hard jab and then came back with an uppercut. And then he just punched him in the face with his left hand from the southpaw position and dropped him. And basically, Sergey Lipinets, man, he knew it was over. He knew it was over, and the referee probably thought that Lipinets was going to try to get up. The referee just said, nah, man, nah. I mean, he was taking some shots. And at points in the fight, man, I started to feel bad for Sergey. I'm like, man, on this corner, throw this towel in, man. Because this boy getting beat up bad. I'm talking about, man, this was just a one-sided beating. It's a one-sided beating. And I'm not saying that Sergey Lipinets didn't deserve to be in there with Boots Ennis. Of course he did. Of course he did. I mean, see, here go the thing with Sergey, okay? Sergey Lipinets was actually Terrence Crawford's mandatory before Terrence Crawford even fought Julius Ndongo. Okay, Sergey was his mandatory. So he was in line to fight Terrence Crawford. Okay, but the thing of it is, Terrence Crawford didn't fight Lipinets because he wanted to fight Ndongo to be undisputed. And the fans, we got behind Crawford on that. We just felt like, a Lipinets fight wasn't going to do anything for undisputed. So we all got on board. And we were like, yep, let's go ahead, man. Let's see Terrence Crawford get this undisputed. But, Sergey Lipinets, he's a tough fighter, man. He's very, very tough. And Boots went in here and ran through this dude. He ran through him, man, like this guy was a punching bag just sitting there. And at points of the fight, I thought Sergey Lipinets was a damn punching bag. Because, Boots was punching the hell out of him. I'm talking about, man, look, Sergey Lipinets got abused. Got knocked out, man. Knocked out cold. Out. This man glossy eyed looking up at the ceiling. Hell, I don't even think he knew where he was for a few rounds. Hell, I don't know. Is he still down there? Sergey, are you okay? Is Sergey still on the ground? Like, hell, who knows? But I tell you this, though, man. Boots is going to have a tough time in the welterweight division. He is. Not with actually, fighting because he's a good fighter. He's going to have a tough time getting fights. Boots is in a very similar situation he's in a similar situation that Errol Spence was in. Y'all remember Errol Spence kept calling out Keith Thurman. He kept calling out Danny Garcia. And he couldn't get these guys to fight. Okay, he's in a very similar situation. And guess what? Those guys are not going to fight him. Errol Spence spent years calling out Porter. And Porter finally fought him. But it took him a long time. Those guys, Porter, Spence, Crawford, they're not going to fight him. Okay? What Jaron Ennis is going to have to do, he's going to have to do something very creative. Because, see, those guys, they look at Ennis like a high risk and a low reward. See, this is the kind of BS we get in boxing. This is what we get. This is why guys like me who love the sport, I don't commentate on it as much as I used to because of stuff like this. They're not going to fight him. Boots is going to have to be creative. Like, I'm going to tell you the most creative call-outs that I've seen is when Shannon Briggs went over to where Vladimir Klitschko lived. I think he went to the UK. And he went over there, man. And he went to where Vladimir trained. He went to where he lived at. He even went to Vladimir Klitschko's press conference. Shannon Briggs just got disrespectful with it, man. He went over there to the UK to get Vlad to fight him. And I'm talking about, man, he pulled up in the man's gym, man, pulled up in his gym, confronted him, And then, Vladimir Klitschko was on like a waterboard. This was crazy, man. He was on a waterboard. Shannon Brigg gets a boat and knocks him off the waterboard. Like, I mean, look, man, it was disrespectful, hella disrespectful, but man, it was creative. Because, Shannon Briggs is like, okay, I want to fight this dude. But, these dudes are not going to get in the ring. It's like in boxing, you damn near have to pull up on somebody in the street. Like, you legit got to pull up on somebody in the street. You got to pull up to him. And you actually got to fight him in the street. Like, that's how it is in boxing. Like, seriously. Even pulling up somebody at an event, it does no good. Because the guys, they just trash talking and that's it. The fight never get done. I mean, we saw that with Bud and Crawford. Okay, Bud pulled up on Errol Spence. And guess what? They were talking, trash talking, but the fight didn't get done. Okay? Boots Ennis, them guys, they ain't gonna fight him, man. I like Boots, man. I hope that, I don't know, man, he can get a big fight. I hope that he can get a Porter. I hope that he can possibly get a Garcia. I think he beats Danny Garcia, really. I hope that he can get Spence. I hope that he can get Crawford. I hope that he can get one of these guys, man. But, my optimism with big fights in boxing being made is just not there. This was a beautiful win, man, for Jaron Boots Ennis. I mean, man, when you see him in the ring, man, when he's doing his walkout, it's just you gravitate towards Boots. Like, you really want to see him do good because this man energy it's electrifying. Like, his energy is like it's contagious, where you just immediately want to be a Boots fan. I'm like, dang, I like this kid vibes, man. I like his vibes. I like what he brings to the table, man. And this guy is entertaining. He's going to bring a competitive fight, but he also brings a very good boxing high IQ, and his skill set is through the roof. It's through the roof. Now, do I think he beats Spence and Crawford? I don't know. I don't know if he beats those two, but I tell you what, though, man. boy. It'll be a hell of a fight, wouldn't it? If we can see those three fights. Boots versus Spence, Spence and Crawford, or Boots versus Crawford would be good fights. Those would be great fights, y'all. But, man, congrats to Boots Ennis, man. And you know what, man? I'm going to give it up for Sergey Lipinets, man. At least Sergey Lipinets had the guts, had the guts and the nuts to actually get in the ring with Jaron Ennis. At least he had the guts and the nuts to do it. Because them other guys, they ain't going to do it. Sergey Lipinets could have easily said, nah, I don't want this fight. I'm going to fight somebody else and build up my resume. He could have easily said that. Nope. He jumped in at the opportunity to try to, knock this young lion out. He jumped at the opportunity, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, people, man, look. Jaron Ennis and Sergey Lipinets, man, these are fighters that we need to start supporting. See, these are the fighters that we got to support, y'all. I want y'all to look at this. Sergey Lipinets was ready to go to war with Bud. He went in there with Mikey Garcia. And this man went in there and fought Boots Ennis, man. Why can't Sergey Lipinets, get support? Why? Why can't Boots Ennis get support? Why? I know people are going to support Boots. Boots is going to get some support. But the whole boxing community, man, need to stand behind him. But, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm a Sergey Lipinets fan now. I'm a fan of his now, too. I'm going to support the guy, man. Because the guy not scared to get in there. But, man, the brother Boots look good, man. God. Man, amazing performance by Jaron Boots Ennis. Hey, man, let's hope and pray we can get the Spence and Crawford fight. I'm done.